In this tutorial, I will be demonstrating a technique using sponge and acrylic colors. Let's start by applying yellow paint onto the sponge, covering the lower part of your canvas or paper. The technique here involves dabbing the paint onto the paper or canvas with the sponge rather than dragging it like with a brush. Don't make the mistake of pulling or dragging the paint like this. Instead, try tapping strokes to create a unique texture and effect on your artwork. Next, take green and white paint on the same side of the sponge and blend it above the yellow like this. Now, add the dark green paint and tap to blend it along. Here are some blending techniques demonstrated. First with green and yellow, then with white and green. Spread them all the way, blending to achieve a similar effect as shown. Now, use a different sponge, fill the top part with blue in a similar manner. Then add a mix of blue and white to blend as shown. Lastly, use black and blue to fill the top part. For all these steps, you can use one sponge. Now, it's time to add the stars. For this technique, use a small brush. Here, I'm using a size 0 brush and white paint. Spray the stars by tapping on the handle of the brush with your other hand. Once you're satisfied with the number of stars on your canvas, we can move on to the next step. For that, take a bangle and trace it inside to create a perfect circle with the pencil. Let's fill in the circle with an overloaded white paint on the brush, giving a textured effect to the moon. Now, download the link to the outline I've shared in the description and print it out. Then, using black carbon paper, trace the lines as shown. Use tape on both sides to prevent it from moving. Here, I've used masking tape. Carefully trace all the lines, applying more pressure as you go. Now, gently remove the outline and carbon paper, and you will see something similar to this. Using black, let's fill in. Now, carefully follow the steps to paint the trees. Firstly, using a small brush, we will trace the lines. Remember to paint with the tip of the brush to achieve that fine, slender look. Now, let's paint the trees like this. Shorter lines from the top. Don't make the mistake of drawing the lines like this. Instead, draw them like this. And as you move downwards, make the lines progressively broader. Now, it's time to paint the hero of the painting, the reindeer. Carefully fill in and make sure to outline with the tip of the brush. For younger kids, they can take the help of adults to do the outline or use a black gel pen for outlining and filling. Last step, let's add the shooting stars.